Hey, what's up guys? Tyler here with Secure Team, and it seems to me that there are a lot of things going wrong with technology that has anything to do with us getting into space or observing space, both down here on the ground and above Earth. And it's starting to make many believe, including myself, that there may be something serious going on out in space that they simply do not want us to see. This coming on the heels of the very controversial shutting down of the Sunspot Solar Observatory, which we posted a number of videos on. It was shut down for weeks at a time. FBI raided the place. We still don't have clear answers as to why it was shut down. Then, that entire situation was then followed with a temporary shutdown of the webcams to 6 more observatories around the world, driving suspicions further that there is something out there that they are not wanting us to see. So let's fast forward a little bit to the very recent Soyuz mission launch failure this past week, where, if you didn't see it, a both Russian and American space crew had to make a forced emergency landing after their Soyuz rocket suffered a failure shortly after launching from Russia in what is now being called one of the most serious space incidents in recent years. So basically what happened was that the launch began very routine, and we have many more missions like this bound for the International Space Station, conducted every few months for the past 20 years. However, about 119 seconds into this flight on Thursday, mission controllers on the NASA broadcast began to speak of a failure, along with shaky video footage from inside of the capsule's cabin, which was seen during the live broadcast, appeared to show objects floating mid-launch, which is an indication of some sort of problem during that stage of the flight. And that basically the spaceship was unable to achieve the speed necessary to achieve orbit around Earth, and instead began falling back to Earth. And thankfully, the astronauts and cosmonauts on board were found safely back on the ground in the capsule. And they're still investigating, trying to figure out exactly what happened. Now, the Soyuz rocket is currently the only one capable of sending astronauts to the space station, with companies such as Boeing and SpaceX unlikely to be ready to take them up there until sometime next year. So we have Sunspot Observatory, and we have the other 6 observatories mysteriously temporarily shutting down. Then we have the failure of this launch, sending the astronauts back to Earth. And now to move forward, the failures keep coming. We now have both the Chandra and Hubble NASA space telescopes both going into safe mode. Or in other words, they've gone offline. Both the Hubble, which went offline first unexpectedly, and now the Chandra X-ray telescope has gone offline. And besides that, NASA has already lost contact with the Opportunity Mars rover and are having an even bigger issue with the data transmission with the Curiosity Mars rover, which, if you guys remember, I spoke about in one of my last videos, how the Curiosity rover, which is down on Mars, basically went silent. It went black, and it stopped completely any and all data transfer from Mars to Earth. So we're talking photographs, we're talking imagery, data, anything that they could send from Mars back to Earth was completely shut down, and they don't understand why. And then the other rover has been having difficulties due to a, quote, sandstorm that occurred earlier in the past couple of months. So we have both rovers down. We have the Hubble telescope down. The Hubble, you all should know, is a massive, giant telescope that allows us to take pictures of deep space, other galaxies, and nebula. The Chandra X-ray Observatory is designed to make X-ray observations of distant space features, such as quasars, supernovas, and black holes, and it is part of NASA's Great Observatories program, which includes Hubble and the Spitzer Space Telescope. And so NASA announced the issue Friday, though it happened on Wednesday. And basically, when Chandra enters safe mode, it swaps over to hardware backup units, orients its solar panels to gather maximum sunlight, and points its mirrors away from the sun. Instruments go into safe mode to protect themselves during hardware or software failures, leaving only essential survival systems operating. The space agency is now investigating the cause of the safe mode transition. And as far as the reason for Hubble going into safe mode, well, they're indicating it was due to a gyroscope failure, although we don't have any more information on that. And so just to recap here, first we had the Sunspot Observatory shut down, which monitors our sun and things happening with it and surrounding it at the same time. Raided by the FBI, the entire town evacuated, the local sheriff was not even told as to why it was shut down, and as I said earlier, to this day, the cover story that they've put out surrounding it simply does not make sense. And if you want to learn more, you can head back and watch those past videos. So at the same time of Sunspot, 6 more observatory webcams shut down. Then on Mars, we have the Opportunity Mars rover and Curiosity Mars rovers go dark, not sending any imagery or data back to Earth. Fast forward to this past week, we have the Soyuz mission launch failure, as they were attempting to send astronauts back out into space, followed by both the Hubble and Chandra X-ray telescopes both going into safe mode for mysterious and still undetermined reasons. So my question for you guys is, are all of these follow-up incidents nothing more than a mere coincidence? It is highly unusual that both of these NASA telescopes are going to go into safe mode within days of one another. And can we expect more of our telescopes and space objects or satellites to suddenly go into safe mode? Can we expect more probes and rovers on other planets to suddenly go into safe mode and go dark? Can we expect more observatories to be shut down without reason or cause for weeks? And can we expect more rockets failing to reach and put human beings back up in space aboard the International Space Station? Are they trying to keep us from seeing something that is occurring in space? What is going on? And that is the question I wanted to pass to you guys, so tell me what you think down below. There are a lot of strange things happening right now, that is for sure, for weeks now, and I'd really love to hear your opinion, so tell me it down below. Now, at the moment, I have another video that I'm working on that features a number of pieces of UFO footage, other strange video clips that I'm going to be posting next. I'm about halfway done with that, so look out for it, subscribe. A lot of people have been telling me that when they go back and check their notification bell that they clicked to make sure to get notifications, that it will be suspiciously unclicked, or that they themselves will be totally unsubscribed to my channel altogether when they had no part in it. So go back, make sure you're subscribed, you have notifications turned on, because it would appear that Secure Team is being kept from the people, and we just can't let that happen. So you guys stay alert, stay safe, I'll see you back soon, and you all have a good night or morning.